stage of this bill's scrutiny.
My Lords, I'm very minded to support this series of amendments. As the Noble Baroness Brinton and the Noble Lord Patel explained, doctor-patient confidentiality is, I think, far more than a common law obligation, but is an ethical duty of what is a relationship of trust. And I do want to ask the Minister to consider whether the public really would understand what this aspect of the bill compromises in terms of that confidentiality. I mean, our doctors know a lot about us, the most intimate physical details, sometimes our psychological weaknesses, sometimes our darkest fears about life and death matters. And whilst it's been a long time since we offer uncritical deference to our doctors, nonetheless, as patients and at our most vulnerable, we aren't equal partners, and we do need to trust that relationship despite the power imbalance. So I just think it's understandable that the General Medical Council and the British Medical Association, as has been indicated, are both rightly worried this bill will smash the principle of confidentiality to bits. I think that the whole issue of confidentiality and trust will appear later on in committee in some of the amendments I'll be talking about later. But I suppose my main question on this is to query the Minister, why is this part of the bill necessary? I genuinely don't understand. I mean, people involved in medical practice, I think, do understand that while confidentiality is an important legal, ethical duty, it's not an absolute. As the Noble Lord Carlisle explained, maybe some doctors get the balance wrong, but doctors are already expected to share confidential information if it's in the public interest, and that includes serious crime. However, this is presently understood as the exception, I suppose, not the rule. Doctors now, at the moment, need to consider the specific circumstances of what to share to satisfy the intended purpose, when to share it, and have to weigh up the benefits and harms of disclosure. In other words, doctors are asked to and trusted to exercise their professional judgment and to strike a balance between individual and community rights. And I, for one, want to continue to trust medical personnel to make such judgments in good faith. But my question is the Minister saying that the government doesn't trust them through this aspect of the bill? It really does feel like an attack on professional discretion that will undermine the doctors in the eyes of the public. And I do think at the moment, with the medical profession being under so much pressure and scrutiny, anger over no face-to-face GP appointments, tragic backlogs in terms of hospital treatments, there's already a bit of tension there between the public and the medical profession. If it comes out that when you actually go to the doctors, that sacred bond of confidentiality could, in fact, would be expected to be broken, it just seems to me to be very damaging and for no good purpose.
My Lords, I've made